You have been there. You have been building a responsive dashboard, maybe a sidebar or a content area, doing all the math just in order for it to be a responsive. With a slightly change, boom, everything explodes because your math doesn't adds up and everything breaks. And unfortunately, your developer is asking why the heck your design is not fitting my code. Figma changed the rules once again. Not overall the rules because Framer already have it. But anyhow, Figma finally introduced fractional units, so-called FR units. Think of fractional unit is like a cake, and if you call the entire cake one FR unit, it's going to be equal 100%. If you divide your cake into two pieces and call each piece one FR, now it's going to be equal 50%. Simple as that. It's not like a good to have additional bonus on top of auto layout. It is basically a big shift how we design the layouts overall in our workflow. And the good thing about fractional units is it's bringing the true CSS logic right into our Figma frame. So in this video, I'm going to explain why this is the end of your math logic. We are going to talk about the theory. We are going to talk about the why behind it. We will obviously touch base on the problem statement. And I'm going to jump right into Figma and build a slightly complex idea from scratch using fractional units with almost zero math. If you're new here, hi, my name is Murat Bayral. I'm a UI designer and a UI instructor. I have been doing UI more than 20 years. If you like this type of content, smash the like, subscribe to my channel. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, here is my very basic example, but that can be very complex when you start the design overall. So a basic frame, and I have the design here. Okay, let's say that this is the design, and it looks fine. Because at the end of the day, you need to start designing without any boundaries. If you don't feel well about auto layouts in the beginning, just start designing and solve the user problem. Anyhow, coming back to the subject, I have desktop A, B, and C. We will do progressively. This is going to be like a floating object. So when I look at desktop A in terms of everything, it looks like a mess. So this is nowhere near ready for developers, okay? So what I'm going to do, I will select everything, copy, and go to desktop B. Next. Okay, desktop B. This is what we are going to do is we will paste everything inside and we will try to do an auto layout. But when I say auto layout, people always go select everything, Shift A, auto layout, and boom, you have something like this. We don't want that. How we are going to do this thing is properly. First, we are going to have a layout, something like column, 12 column, perfect. Margin, let's put like 80 from both hand sides, and 24, a golden rule for me. It always works perfect for columns. And let me also save this as 12C. So in the next phase, I can bring back that style right away. So all I'm going to do is I will create a header, Shift A, and then make it as big as my column structure. Done. And for these ones, people always go like Shift A, but which is okay, right? It is automatically creating a horizontal auto layout with a wrap function. Wrap function means that I can always take this object and move it like that. But the problem here is when I take the other bigger object, it does not work as expected, which I expected that way, but anyhow. So for now, I want to break this thing, ungroup, and do the right thing. So in my previous example, this was coming from this part, and that is going to be So I can say like 9 column stuff. So plus 3 column stuff. Good. Let's equalize this thing to 418 and done. And for them, let's say 180 done. For just to have some rounded numbers, okay? And for this one, I will go the same. And let's delete that. I basically have the same thing with the same color, and the rest of the space is going to be filled with this. All right, so I have right now numbers which are coming from the column structure, which is good. I have also rounded numbers within the heights. So now I can select everything and make an auto layout and just double check the metrics. So I like the gap between items. So you see that they are highlighted. Why I like 24? Because it's the same gap between each column. Great. But I will double check on that. This is 30, and that's going to create like an uneven look. Something like if I create 24 and take this thing down, it would look way better, isn't it? But there is a problem here with this. Now, first, let's also fix the naming convention. I'm not going to create and find names one by one. I will rename layer by Figma AI. Boom, it does all the magic. So I want you to see the difference between desktop A versus desktop B. Let's say I'm your junior designer. I bring you this one. Would you like to see a work with basically floating object? And as long as you see they are two similar stuff, but the outcome is this mess, whereas this is I have one container and one header. That's it. And also it is systemized. It is not randomly picked objects. But there's one problem here, which we were begging Figma to fix it. Please, please, Figma, fix it. And they fix it finally, which is, let's say for a weird reason, for a different reason, your column structure go from 80 pixel margin to, let's say, 24, okay? And then I need to adapt this, which is pretty easy. But when it comes to that, oh boy, I need to do everything all over again. You see, like this is going to be coming till here. And also when I'm nested in a group of auto layout, I cannot see if this is perfectly aligning or not. I'm just making guesses. And that's not the ideal scenario here. So, but the solution, so I will take it back to the original state. I will be copying each objects here, so the container and the header, and go to my auto layout plus the fractional units. Desktop C, paste, and I'll bring back the same layout guide, 12C, good. And I will do it from scratch with fractional units, okay? And let's go ahead and see. This is 1280, 622, okay. I can draw basically a frame. 1280, 6 something, 640, 622, whatever the case might be. So, and for your reference, I'm going to fill it with, let's say, a blue color so that you can see it easily. Okay. And I'm not going to leave it as frame. All I'm going to do is I will make this thing, make sure that this is like fitting perfectly. I am going to make this thing a auto layout, but a grid auto layout, because fractional units are working with auto layouts. Boom. And immediately, I don't know if you can see it clearly, I have like 2 by 2 auto layout. But in this case, for a better math calculation, I'm going to make it like 4 by 2. I want like 4 columns and 2 rows, and I will explain you in a bit. So maybe blue, this one was not a perfect example. Maybe a darker color. Yeah, darker color is perfect example. So when I click, you can all see that they are equally spaced. Auto layout, frame 1. Let's call it container. Great. Now let's start to do, because right now it doesn't matter if I select this one or the other one. Let's just put this one and imitate. Let's just imitate this thing. So the problem here is now everything has changed. Now if I want to make it in 3 columns, if I do drag and drop, it used to hug these elements. So that was kind of the problem here. Also, I will show you another problem as well. But Figma finally fixed it with these metrics, because from hug, I need to be able to divide this. Originally, I said like a cake, the cake with fractional units, which in this case, I will call them 1FR each columns. So in this case, 1FR will be equals, you guessed it, 25%. And I will also call for the height of this thing as 1FR. So they will be like 50-50. But I can, as you know, it is not like 50-50. So I might go something like, this is going to be 3FR versus 1FR. Something like that. Okay. So the second thing here is now I can make this object as big as like that. Okay, now it automatically says fill. Just be careful. If I leave it here, it will be like a fixed unit. I can also select something like fill. And I want to fill the container as well. The good thing about the fractional unit is if I copy and paste, it will automatically adapt the next section. Oh, since I already applied the height, it's not going to be a problem here. I need to arrange for, let's say, 2 columns. Bam. And copy paste once again. This is going to be like 1 column. Boom, boom. 2 columns. Great. So I basically have the same structure, but I realize if I open my grids and delete this blue background, you see that there is a gap, but that's not a problem in fractional units, because I already know from the structure that I have 24 by 24 base unit. So when I do that, it is going to be pixel perfect alignment. So let's come back to the second problem here. What if now I have basically desktop C, same, but one is more practical than the other one, which is in this case, this one. Because what if for any reason I will have to change the margin of this thing to, let's say 40. Okay, so this will be, as I show you here, this is going to be like a nightmare because I need to manually adjust everything and I cannot be able to see if this is really aligning or not. Whereas, just take a look at this, how easy it is going to be. all thanks to fractional units. Boom, done. So easy as that. And as you see, I was mentioning you the cake. If this thing gets bigger, it's going to be the 3 to, I think it was 3 to 1. Yes, 3 pieces of the cake versus 1 piece. So it's also being responsive to basically my decisions. So I can perfectly make from y-axis minus 40, it is going to be equally from this padding area as well. And then I can play with constraints, so left and right and bottom. And this thing can go left and right and top. This will be like a basically perfect structure for your design layout. So imagine that this have more auto layouts, it has more, let's say, components whatsoever. It is all going to be nested with all these containers. I hope you understand well, and let me know down below if you want to learn more about FR units, but it's in all basic terms. This is all there is. Once again, thanks for watching, and let me know down below what type of content should I be covering next. I'll be truly happy if you like my content and subscribe to my channel. You can find me YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever you go, it's Zero to UI, and hope to see you on the next one. Peace.